we try to get into like the ed tech. It's so complicated. You have to do all these things. You can't have comments unless you post. You can't have comments unless it's like restricted or moderated with like certain buttons and stuff. It is way too much work just to have like 12-year-olds access to websites. I was like, no, whatever. This is a 13 and up website. Whatever. That's why we can have comments on YouTube videos now, and like do live streams, and it's more engaging. Kids want to watch this, don't tell me your age. All right, well, there's this children online thing that is going to cause social media applications in effect to have mandatory parental controls installed on. They'll have time limits on them and stuff like that. Okay, you can guys go into this, but let me tell you, it is an awful decision. And whatever, if the president signs it in, or if he vetoes it, doesn't matter because it's a veto-proof majority. So whatever. It has got to be the dumbest thing I have ever seen in my life. Well, one of the dumbest things. I've seen lots of dumb things. All right, this act, if it goes into effect, it will go into effect 6 months from now, would cause parental controls to be embedded in every social media application, probably that closest within lots of money in the United States. Which brings me to effect. Please define social media. Come on, please. Okay. Second of all, it also adds parental controls on the server. Like, you guys don't get how bad this is. Like, if you have parental controls on the phone, you can circumvent that or whatever. Parental controls on the server means that literally every, say, Instagram direct message or Snapchat direct message that you send will get pinged and then like closed or blind closed copy, depending to whatever account that you have set up on there. And it will be the onus, of course, will be on the social media companies to determine if people are 18, so they'll have to have face scanning or something like that, which normally people are against. But I guess now, because it's going to get kids off their terrible phones, people are for it. Which I have to say to that is a terrible decision. No, let's get into this. Right, this is a bad decision. Hopefully, I don't have to explain this too long. Okay, first of all, companies are smart and they don't want to lose their revenue because that's their job. It's their job to make money. Okay, chat applications are not social media, and if they become social media, that's even worse because that would include everything from Viber to SMS, etc. Okay, so that would include email as social media, which would then basically mean parental controls on literally anything that's from the 1970s and up. Okay, anything. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if they expanded it to chat applications, they could probably expand it to walkie-talkies. Okay, they could expand it to like anything that communicates with anything else. Okay, so that's it's a terrible idea. So let's just say chat applications aren't included in it, right? But only because Instagram direct messages are bundled with the Instagram mobile application, the parental control laws would go into effect. But if Instagram just had a modicum of intelligence, all they have to do is spin out the DM functions into its own separate application. Boom! It's its own app. It's its own service. It's like WhatsApp. WhatsApp's not social media. Okay, it's like Telegram. Okay. Well, I mean, the law doesn't apply to that, so everything works fine and people are okay. It's Snapchat. I mean, is that social media? Not really. It's just like a chatting application. So honestly, what you're going to see here is smart companies are just going to split off functions of the applications and make them into different applications, which then teens are going to be happy because are going to be okay with because the spy laws wouldn't apply to that, right? And then you're also going to see the definition of these companies changing from social companies to everything else companies, right? Right. Obviously, isn't social media, so maybe you'll see pivoting to more of an email-based thing, or X pivoting to more an email-based thing, or something like that, right? These companies are going to market themselves as social media because this is a privacy nightmare, okay? Like, you might be saying, well, in the 70s, kids didn't have this. Yeah, but they had some shielding or something. Like, they could be their own person. If everything on the phone from the server, so there's no circumvention of it, pings itself to another person, you're going to be obviously different. Right, you're going to act different, and how are kids supposed to like learn and explore? Right, it's not my fault that kids mostly are stupid and are going to do stupid things on the internet. Right, so here's what we should do: instead of legislating companies to basically add malware into their products, or more likely spin off into different departments, because no company wants to lose the ad revenue like that, right? And some of the parts of the bill look good, but we're only talking about the bad parts right now. Instead of you having to spin off into different mobile applications or websites, because if the legislation isn't careful, they might say apps, and say, well, it's a website, whatever. Then what they're going to have to do is figure out circumventions of this. But the thing is, it's not my fault that kids are stupid. It's not their fault that kids are stupid. Here's what they're going to have to do. Just I don't know, teach them better internet safety and security, right? I mean, a bill that could fund that, to have like a specific curriculum put into schools about internet safety and security, right? Maybe not from national level, maybe like state level. So each state gets to pick it, right? And they learn something, and they take tests, and maybe they have to submit that to create an account or something, which it would be easy to circumvent it. But I mean, it would be better than just directly adding those controls into the applications and directly causing stress for the application. It's just really bad. And let me tell you, like we said in April, right? And like literally an hour after I got booted. Guess what? I say kids are like weeds. They're resilient. You like really, you try to ban Montana tried to ban TikTok in 2044, right? But of course the crime would be that if TikTok is able to get into Montana, it's a $10,000 fine on ByteDance, right? Not a fine on the kids, obviously. Kids are resilient. They're going to use VPNs. Okay, they're going to use age changing. They're going to change their faces and stuff, right? They're very resilient. And second of all, I mean, heck, they might make their own site. Oh wow, that's so irrational. Oh wait, we did that. Yeah, they'll just build their own site. They might build their own, communities. And also, but you're taking money, literal money out of some people's bank accounts like this. So let's not try to like legislate everything, please. Okay, I mean that'd be nice. Okay. I mean, next thing you know, there's gonna be mandatory controls in phones and computers. And unlike Microsoft Recall, which people freaked out about, they're gonna be super excited about that now, which of course is double standards. So hopefully this doesn't happen. I call it the bill Abysmal. Of course, can't vote, so can't really do anything except for the 2 people who are watching this episode, which probably also can't vote. But yeah. And there's actually a video about this. You might react to this next next episode, right? But now let's get into some videos and tech commentary.